Hello YouTube, welcome to Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey. As always, I greatly appreciate you joining me today. Don't forget to hit that like button, that notification bell, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Well, this is part 2 of our engine swap here on our little Legends car. We just got our motor in from Atlanta, Georgia, so hopefully we can try to get her hooked up today. Maybe we'll be able to try to crank it, but we'll see, so ride along with us. Well, as I was saying on our last episode, this is the first time I've ever done an engine swap on a Legends car. It's pretty simple, but there were a couple little tricks that we had to find out about. But we got the motor in, and hopefully, I'm not sure how complete it is, but hopefully it has everything we need. I do know I have to swap out the drive shaft coupler housing for the drive shaft. And first thing we'll do is try to get this thing uncrated, see what we got. Wow, that was a lot of screws in that crate, but they did a good job packaging it. I'm glad to see that it has a motor stand as well included, so we'll be able to put the old motor on it. We'll gingerly cut this thing open and see what we got. These are officially 11 or 1250 cc's, I think, Yamaha motors. You see it's got the tag here on it, so the Inex tag, or seal, I should say. All right, looks like it's a motor. I have to put the starter on it. All right, I'm gonna unbolt this thing here off the crate, and we'll turn around and we'll take a little closer look at it. All right, we got this thing unbolted from the pallet, and I think what we'll do, we'll probably put both motors up here side by side, and we'll say this is a lot easier than dealing with a race car motor, full-size motor. Okay, this is the main thing we're going to have to swap out, this coupler, and we're missing, I got to look at the other one and see about the oil filter housing. This is weird how this comes off, but I guess that just floats. So, yeah, it's got an O-ring on the back side of it. So, all right, let's take it. Okay, I wish they would have covered that up maybe before they shipped it, but we will get that put back in there. And, all right, we'll have to investigate that compared to the other motor. But should be pretty, hopefully straightforward. Oh, that's not wanting to screw in there. That's not, ooh. Well, we don't want to force that, so we'll look at it and see. And here in just a second, we'll get the other motor up here and put them side by side and see what we got. All right, you can see first thing, they don't have the clutch housing on here, so we've got to do that. I'm curious about this oil filter housing, but let you get a little closer look at it here. Okay, here's our two motors side by side, and so my biggest question I got right now is why this fitting won't screw into this oil filter housing better. But we'll take this one off and see. We have to remove this coupler here. Now, I went and bought this 36 millimeter socket this morning. The guy told me that's what it takes, and that does turn that, so that's good. So I guess we'll just take I don't know, vice grips or something to just hold that while we try to get the nut off, and that should just slip on. That should be pretty simple. We'll clean these threads up here a little bit. Got to get the housing here for the clutch, and that should just push in. So everything else, the wiring's the same. We've got to change a couple of ends. I saw it was a little bit different plug ends, but that's not an issue. Got to get this line here off and swapped. But I'm amazed that they run these things with an open ignition. That is crazy. I guess there's a reason why. Maybe somebody out there can message me and tell me. But man, like it just dirt and stuff would get in there and cause an issue. We also have to remove this shifter support here as well. Swap it over. So I guess first thing first, let's see if we can get this coupler here off and go that route. Okay, we got our new 36 millimeter socket on here. Wow, that was a lot easier than what I was afraid it was going to be. How about that? Okay, that's one of the things I was worried about. So we'll get make sure this screws on here okay, and it does. Okay. All right, so that's the first step. And now we'll start trying to look at some of this shifter apparatus. I think the next thing we'll do, we'll take off the clutch housing and see if we can get it off. All right, we got our little metric stuff here, and I have no idea how this is supposed to come apart. I think that stays together. Maybe it's just these two. I've raced motorcycles all my life, and then I raced Wing 600s, mini sprints. But this is kind of uncharted territory for me here a little bit. But I'll tell you, the only thing I'm confused about is the case is missing here. Okay, we gotta work on that, so I gotta figure that out here. Yeah, I can see a major problem here already. A major problem. Yeah, I can see, I don't know if you can tell here, but this case is on this motor, this factory case. And on this one, it's been taken off. So we got to figure out what to do there. So let me do a little work on this. Okay, after further investigation, I'm very happy to report this does come off. This is one piece. I didn't realize that this case in here is one piece. So we just have to take this last bolt out down here on the bottom, and then this thing will come off as a unit. Then we will take the shifter arm off. I want to make sure I got it clocked in the right position. So this just come off all together. So boy, I was starting to panic. So there we go. So we just need to take the shifter off, and we'll be in good shape. All right, guys, so 10 millimeter. We're going to take off the shifter arm. I'm gonna line it up to make sure it's clocked in the same position. There's a bolt hole that's right there. And that way we can keep up, make sure we get it clocked in the right position. But as I was saying, I worked on motorcycles all my life, but this is a whole different beast than what I've used to working on. My brother, Gene, is a motorcycle expert. He does all the motor work. I do everything else. Okay, there we go. So we got that off. Now, this whole piece should come off. Hopefully, there we go. How about that? So there it is. That's what I was concerned about. And this is the housing you have to be able to push the clutch rod in. So that pretty much equals what we have. And the next thing, we're going to go ahead and get this oil filter off and see what magic is behind there. The oil is out of the motor. So we'll go ahead and spin this off. And I won't bore you with details on that, but I'll get that off and let you look at it. All right, we got our oil filter off, and this is the housing that was on the other one. I think what I'm gonna do, just to be safe, I'm gonna use this housing because I don't like the way it's not threading up in the engine case. So, see if we can break this mount off. There we go. It's just got an O-ring on it, so that should come out. Just for the fun of it. Okay, see, that one screws in all the way, so this one definitely has a burr on it or something. Or somebody got down on the threads a little bit tight, so thank goodness we have another one used. So that goes in all the way. So that's okay. Things are looking a little bit better here for me. So we will put that there. We're gonna put that old housing over there. Gotta figure out, there it just pops off. Okay, and our O-ring is coming with it. Of course, we got oil everywhere. That's all right, that's why we got brake cleaner. Take care of that problem real quick. All right, we will. I can tell you the way it's going. There's going to be a part 3 probably. This is probably going to be motor insulation and then trying to crank it. We'll see how far we get. But okay, that thing's all nice and cleaned up now. We'll take our O-ring, we'll spray it off as well. Wipe it down with our rag. We'll go ahead and put it back in place here. All right, that snaps back in. So we'll put our piece back in here. And we'll screw it back down the bottom here. I've already cleaned off that surface where the O-ring hit. And we will tighten that up and then we'll move to the next project. Okay, that should be good enough there. And we'll hit this with a little brake cleaner, see if we can clean this off. Whew, right in my face. Let me put my gloves back on. It's 40 degrees here today. Crazy. Okay, now this will simply, hopefully, go back into place. Go ahead and spray this off here too as well. Lose some bolts here. That's a can of brake cleaner gone, another one. Boy, I'm so glad we had one to look at. They were telling me how difficult it is to bleed these clutches, and I can see that is going to be hard to get to, but hopefully we can reach there and get it. All right, get this last one tight down here. We'll put our shifter back on and clock it correct. Okay, there we go. Now I know where I lined this up a while ago, so we're going to put that in the same spot. Take the bolt out of it first. There we go. Here we go. And then we'll jump to our coupler nut here on the dry shaft coupler. I do want to put a little oil on that. Okay. Hit it with just a shot here. That should go on there. I don't know what I did with my nut. Here we go. I think I'm gonna hit that real gingerly with the impact. Okay, I don't want to get on there too much. Alrighty. Man, I tell you what, we're close to set this thing off the motor stand. Well, we got everything swapped over on the motor. We got the oil lines, the motor mounts, and all that good stuff. So we are ready to proceed to try to set it in the car, but that's going to be on the next episode. You have to be sure and join us back, see if we can get this thing in there and get it hooked up and get it fired up, hopefully with no issues. But as always, I appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button and tell your friends about the channel. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless you. You take care.